Imagine this. Eric Byrd, internationally recognized jazz pianist, talks about the communication of music, and Kay Betz, an economist, translates Eric's words into business.
And I'm enjoying the process of presenting the product. All of that is underscored by the fact that you're now committed to the product, which just simply means that you have to trust yourself. Because there are many times when I'll go into a concert, especially concerts, because concerts is more pressure than when it's more of a casual gig, but I'll go into a concert thinking, okay, we're going to do song A, B, C, D, E in that order. Then we'll do song A, and then I'll start thinking, oh, maybe we should do song D next. Maybe we should do D next.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, maybe we should do D next. But I rarely...
The audience is responding in a way,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
getting a feeling
Yeah.
for how the communication between you and the audience is going, and it's like, well,
So then what you do is you have to commit to the product. So that means a couple of different ways. You can take that a couple of different ways. You have to trust yourself and know that because you're prepared, you can audible at the line. Or you stick to what you do best. And that's up to the individual. That's up to everybody. There are some musicians that I've talked to that said, you know, when I've come up with a set list, even though I may want to change it, I don't, because I don't want to stand on stage, have to communicate all that to the band, have that look unprofessional. Then guys are going through sheets of music, and I thought that was the fifth song, and I can't find it, and then I don't remember if I gave it to the bass player, and then we've lost a minute and a half on stage, and it doesn't look good. There's that school of thought. I happen to be playing with the best bass player and drummer in the world, so I can almost give them options. I can say, okay, we're going to start with this song, and then the second song is either going to be that or that. Then the third song might be this, that, or that. Then the fourth song is going to be ballad. And I won't even tell them what this ballad is, but I'll say the fourth song is going to be ballad, because I trust myself enough to know that whatever I'm going to play, I'll be fine. So I'm trusting them to know, and they'll say, okay, whatever he's going to play, it'll be something that we can support, we'll do our thing, and it'll be fine. But that comes after a significant amount of being prepared. So preparation really is the key. You have to know what you know. And you also have to know what's going to drive you nuts, what's going to drive you crazy. If your personality is such that you can't deal with improvisation, then don't do it. I was just talking to someone that I'll keep nameless as this goes viral. I was just talking to someone, and part of his issue was that he was saying he's a very type A person. You know, he likes everything in order. But then frequently he'll be involved with things that are kind of seat of the pants, off the cuff kind of thing. And though it ends up okay, it drives him crazy because he can't control it. And my suggestion to him is, okay, stop volunteering for that. Stop volunteering.
If this hurts, don't do this.
Yeah, doctor, my arm, just don't do that. Don't volunteer for that, because all that does is causes you more worry and stress, and your audience sees the worry and stress.
Oh, they pick that up.
Because then they get tense. Have you ever been in a situation where you're not tense at all, but somebody else is, so they make you uptight, so you end up being uptight because they. So I'm like, you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Well, we didn't get a chance to do a sound check. You know what? It'll be fine. We've been playing long enough. Now, would I do that with kids? No. Would I do that with musicians I didn't know? No. But would I do that with B and Al? Absolutely. You know, we've been playing for 12 years or something. So.
You do it with the gospel choir.
I do it with the gospel choir, and sometimes I do it with the gospel choir on purpose. Sometimes I will purposely get it from the piano and walk away, not just because I want to enjoy the music, but because I want the band to see that I trust them enough that they can carry the music. So don't freak out. Don't go, okay, where's he going? Just do your thing, because we've prepared for this all semester. I don't tell them that, so don't watch this. But I don't tell them that, but that's one of the reasons why I do it. One of the reasons why I do it is because I want them to physically see that they have to be able to tell their story without me being around. You know, if I die in a plane crash, God forbid, they're still going to have to find their voice. And so my job isn't to prepare them to be dependent on me. My job is to prepare them to be independent, so they can serve the music, and the music serves us all. That good? That's good, isn't it? That's good.
Now, Kay, of those 4 points, how does that translate, or does that translate to business? I need you to say something that either just say, Eric, those 4 points.
Well, the first thing that Eric talked about was the preparation, and obviously that's key. You have to know your product and your service inside out. You have to be totally confident, totally prepared. You have to believe in it.
Yes.
Don't ever try to sell something that you haven't bought into yourself.
That's a great point.
Because that's going to come right across.
That's a great point. That's exactly music. That's exactly.
And it's exactly sales. It's exactly sales. And
Yep.
it's exactly customer service. You have to believe in your company, its mission, its integrity in order to serve the folks that get you on the phone for help.
Absolutely. There are a lot of young musicians that will call a song to play. But they don't know the bridge, or they won't remember all the words, or they'll forget they don't call that tune. You know what I'm saying? Like, that does way more damage than good. That does way more damage than good, because what you're telling the public, or what you're telling, even if you're in rehearsal and you're just playing with the band, what you're telling the band is that the integrity of the music is not important enough for me to learn before I get in front of you. So even though this music has lasted 100 years, and there's this lineage of musicians that have sweat, toiled, labored to make this music as good as it is, you know, these people that built this company from the ground up, I figure I can just come in and just kind of half behind it, because, you know, I don't really have to believe it all the way through. I mean, no. I was talking to a kid on campus. He said, this a few years ago, and they were saying, man, Dr. Kreider, he teaches classical piano. He said, man, Kreider's like, you know, really on me about this song. You know, he's like, he just doesn't understand that I have all these other commitments and I have all this stuff. I said, okay. I said, well, that might be true, but you do know that Dr. Kreider played Carnegie Hall. I mean, Kreider played Carnegie Hall. Like, he wasn't carrying luggage. I mean, he was playing Carnegie Hall. So this is a man who's committed to what he's doing. So he can't turn it off. I mean, he wouldn't be here if he could turn it off. And you don't want to talk to a CEO if he was going to look, you know. So basically at Subway, we make sandwiches. We try to put Subways where people can eat the food, and I think we sell pickles or something. You know, that's basically the whole. I bet the CEO of Subway is as passionate about sandwiches today as he was when he was pitching the idea to get the bank loan. I would bet he's just as committed. And you know, the parallels, I think, is just, you know what I mean? Isn't that good? You know, we should do this in front of people.
We should.